Today on Cast Nashville, we're spilling the secrets on the best speakeasies in town, from hidden bars to password-protected phone booths. We're excited to have Cast Nashville contributor and travel journalist Amelia Edelman back on the pod to share her faves. It's Tuesday, September 23rd. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Now, what makes a bar a speakeasy in the year 2025?
That is a question that many have asked, and no one seems to have an answer. I will tell you what made a speakeasy in the year 1925. It was an illegal drinking establishment in Prohibition America that was typically hidden behind some other legal establishment. Actually, it started in England and Ireland in the 19th century, and I learned this from Encyclopedia Britannica. So the word speakeasy comes from, it used to be called a speak softly shop.
Oh.
And it became a speakeasy because you had to be quiet in there because you're all huddled in some secret tavern. Because I guess, it was illegal drinking places in 19th century England and Ireland. And then it really became popularized as a term in the U.S. in the 1920s because the 18th Amendment outlawed alcohol.
Then you had to huddle with your friends and do illegal things.
You got to huddle. And so in 2025, what makes a speakeasy? I say the top and clearest qualification is if you are a bar hiding behind some other place. And I'm from New York, which has like such excellent OG examples. Like I used to go when I was a teenager and actually drinking illegally to Employees Only, which is like behind a psychic. You know, you have to like go into the front window looks like a psychic. And Criff Dog is another one on the Lower East Side that is like a hot dog place that has a secret speakeasy in the back. So like that's a very obvious hidden bar. But there are also sort of speakeasies that are just like a bar where you don't necessarily know where it is, a bar that's kind of hard to find. Maybe it's a bar that's down an alleyway, or it's a bar that doesn't have a sign. But in researching for this episode, I was like looking up what are the best Nashville speakeasies. And there are so many roundups that are like the best Nashville speakeasies that include bars that you and I know and love, like Chopper Tiki and Pearl Diver. And I just keep reading this. I'm like, but that's just a bar. Like you can see it from Gallatin.
Right. If there's large windows and you can see through it, that I don't think is a speakeasy, or it should qualify as a speakeasy.
Yeah. I'm like, can you see it from the road? Then I don't think it's a speakeasy.
Right.
Sorry.
So let's go back to the history. Here in Nashville, are there any remnants of that history that exists?
So that's also a yes and no, because like the classic that you think of as like speakeasy adjacent is Skull's Rainbow Room, which is on Printers Alley. And in Nashville during Prohibition, Printers Alley was like the hub for speakeasy culture. I mean, it is an alley, like you can see it from the road, but Skulls has a pretty prominent sign and everybody knows where it is. So again, it's like, is Skulls a speakeasy? I don't know. Like when you go in, it obviously has that sort of like dark speakeasy vibe. But yeah, I'm like, you tell me, is that a speakeasy?
Well, I just love the history of Printers Alley. Also known, I think earlier in history, it was like the gentleman's quarter and like all the debaucherous behavior that would take place there. And that's why I do love Skull's Rainbow Room so much, because like you said, you do go in there and they have burlesque and they have jazz and they have all these performers and it's dark and the cocktails are really cocking. Is that a phrase? I don't know.
The cocktails are cocking. I mean, if that is not a qualification for a speakeasy, I don't know what is.
Okay, well, so now we have to just get into what the heck are the speakeasies in town. I want to know who's really committed to this old-fashioned vibe, who has a password at the door. Do those even exist here? We could break it down by neighborhoods if you'd like.
The most clearly qualified as a speakeasy is the red phone booth, just because it does have a password at the door. It is incredibly complicated to get that password. I had to try for like days, and it's a phone booth that is standing there on Rosa Parks. It's one of those like London red phone booths. And to get the password is a phone number.
Ooh.
You can either be a member or know a member. Or if you're staying at a local hotel, apparently like the concierge will have the password number, but it changes every day. So if you get the password one day, you have to then get it the next day. I am none of those things. I don't know any members, and I was not staying at a hotel, but I wanted to go for the purposes of this episode. And I ended up just like DMing them on Instagram constantly and signing up for their newsletter. And like after a few days, eventually I got an email that was like, you're in. It was not a straightforward process at all. But then you do go, you get in the phone booth, you dial the phone number, and the wall of the phone booth falls out and you enter through it, which is like, that's kind of cool.
Wow. So I've never been to this place. I've seen it on the Instagram, but do you have to make reservations beforehand, or you can cram a ton of people in that phone booth and go in, or how does it really work?
It's pretty big once you get in there. Like, it's quite spacious. We just went with just two of us, just my partner and I, but I didn't hear about any rules. Like, what if you show up with a party of 10 and one of you has the phone number? I don't actually know about that, but it was big. It was big in there.
Ah, is it dark? Are people being quiet, respectful?
It is dark. It was chill. There's like big booths. It's very like vibey and plush, and it's also a cigar bar, so you can also go to the back and choose from the humidor. I almost said thermidor, but that's my friend Taina's last name. I think it's called the humidor, right?
Wait, so a cigar bar, am I going to smell like cigars?
It was honestly fine. I think they have certain sections where you can smoke. It didn't bother me.
Okay. Well, that's sexy.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, but here's the thing with all of this that you lost me is that the concierge gives the phone number. I think this should be a local place only, and the tourists shouldn't be allowed that phone number.
Totally. Well, if you are a member, which like obviously only a local is going to become a member, because why would you be a member for a weekend or whatever while you're visiting? So I think you do get perks as a member. But honestly, it just like, it was cool to go. But it's just like, it's a little bit of a hassle, you know?
Clearly, you had to take days to get the password. Wow.
Yeah.
Just imagine back in the 20s, you had to, probably it was just like you knew Ernie and he told you just knock 4 times and you went in.
Knock 3 times. Yes. And then the other one that's very clearly speakeasy vibes is Blind Barber in the Gulch. Do you know about this one?
I've heard of this. I have not been.
I haven't been either, but it is a barbershop that is a working barbershop, and there's like a secret, quasi-secret back room that is a bar.
Ooh, I love to hear about a secret back room.
Learning a new language opens the door to new friends, new cultures, maybe even a whole new life. So why not start that journey today? I'm CityCast CEO David Plotz, and I'm learning Spanish with Babbel. Babbel's conversation-based technique quickly teaches you useful words and phrases about the things you actually talk about in the real world. I've been practicing my Spanish with Babbel's AI conversation partner. I can choose my conversation topic and have a real-time dialogue. It's great at helping me think on my feet, and it's improving my pronunciation. Also, it's really easy to do anytime on my phone using Babbel's excellent mobile app. It's just one of the many fantastic Babbel tools for learning. Plus, Babbel has a real-time feedback, progress trackers, and handy visualizations, all of which make it really easy to stay motivated to learn. I want you to learn another language. So CityCast is teaming up with Babbel to gift you 55% off subscriptions, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/citycast. Get up to 55% off at babbel.com/citycast. Spelled BABBEL.com/citycast. Babbel.com/citycast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
All right, what other classic speakeasies are out there?
Honestly, East Nashville has a lot of the both more legit seeming speakeasies and a lot of these bars that are like on the speakeasy best of lists that are not speakeasies, like Pearl Diver and Chopper that we talked about. Coral Club in East, I feel meh on because it does have a sign, but it's also, the sign is not super clear. You can't see it from when you're walking up. The first time I went to Coral Club, I had a hard time figuring out which door was the door. I don't know if you've had that experience. And it is kind of hushed in there, especially if you go early. And then later it turns into
Yeah.
But also in East, Attaboy is pretty real speakeasy. The original Attaboy in New York was definitely more stealth. You had to knock and then wait and then go in a curtain. This Attaboy, again, there's a sign somewhere on the building that says Attaboy, but I don't think it started out with the sign. But I think at a certain point, they're people are struggling to find us. But have you been to Attaboy? You do have to knock.
I love that place. I will say.
Yeah, I do too.
I especially like going at like 5 o'clock if you really do want that full bar experience, but want to be home by 9. You go in there at 5. There's no windows. It's dark. Listeners at home, I don't know if you've been, but there's no menu. You would describe your palate and what you're hoping to achieve that evening as far as your cocktail of choice. And then they make it off of what you have told them that you enjoy. Okay, so that's East Nashville. Any other ones you want to shout out for East?
This is another one. It's questionable, but Sid Gold's. We love Sid Gold's.
Yes,
and it does have that. It's like the karaoke part is its speakeasy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like it says Sid Gold's. There's a sign. You go in and it's like a bar. But then behind the curtain is the karaoke part. So I don't know. It's like not a speakeasy, but also a little bit of speakeasy. And that's in East. And we love it. Downtown, Red Phone Booth is also pretty close to the hidden bar at Noel, which is a speakeasy. Like that is legit. It's a hidden bar. It's called that, and it is hidden in like the basement of Noel, and it changes themes every season. There's always some wacky seasonal theme going on there. Right now, Oath and Fang is the name, and it's like the sort of Halloween-y, like vampire-y theme.
In September, that's a little early, but yes, that feels right.
Because as soon as you know what they do on November 1st, they open a Christmas theme. That's how it works. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also downtown is 888 at the JW Marriott. It's a legit restaurant. It's not just a bar speakeasy. And it's like, there's no sign. It's a little hard to find. There's like a red light outside that is the signal. They'll just say like, look for the red light. And it's at the bottom of the JW Marriott downtown. So yeah, it's like speakeasy enough for me. I'll allow it. It's a red light. But it is incredible sushi. I met the chef last week and he has been here for 2 weeks. Before that, he was in LA, and before that, he was in Japan. And it's the best sushi that I've had in town for sure.
That's what I keep hearing. Is it really expensive?
I mean, it's pricey, but it's worth it, honestly.
Okay.
It's not like catbird seat expensive where you're just like, oh my God. Or like Audrey, you know, where you like have to, where you can be like, this was great and I can never come back. Like I'm definitely going back to 888. And it's a listening room, which is interesting. And I didn't really know what that meant, but they have a ton of vinyl and they are spinning it. They have vinyl, they do spin it, but it's also like really well soundproofed and like structured with the speakers that it's not obnoxious. It's a really great kind of musical listening experience because, you know, I'm an old I just turned 40, Marie.
Welcome.
Thank you. Like, oh, it's going to be like, because there's a DJ and stuff. And I was like, am I going to be able to like enjoy this dinner? But it's really nice. It's not too overwhelming. And like the acoustic quality is really good. And yeah, they'll do theme nights where they like, we were there and they were doing like a Paramore listening night and they were just like spinning Paramore.
Wow.
It was great.
Yeah, I saw that they had like an old school Dolly night, which I should have gone to. Okay, well, so this is awesome. I've always wanted to go there. So now I am okay with spending the money if it's worth it.
It is. So my question for you, Marie, on the neighborhoods is like, has the speakeasy made it to Green Hills? Because you know about Green Hills and I do not.
Well, this is what's so funny about the Music City site that you mentioned is that they say the greenhouse is a speakeasy, which that is absurd. It's a greenhouse, the greenhouse bar, which I've been going to since college. But I can't really think of a bar that's a speakeasy in Green Hills. Green Hills, as you know, not really a speakeasy vibe.
They're really trying that Visit Music City.
They really are. They pretty much listed every single bar in the city and just claimed it as a speakeasy.
Anything's a speakeasy if you want it to be one.
Beyond the cocktails, what's on the menu at these places? I'm circling back to East Nashville, but like I love Tiger Bar on Gallatin. Not only are their cocktails amazing, but the food there is outstanding. Can you think of another place in town where the food rivals the cocktails?
Well, Tiger Bar, I would say not a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Too obvious of a circus sign on Gallatin.
It is like, but look at me, right here.
Circus sign. But in that same block, I mean, the Fox is much more speakeasy adjacent. You have to go around back. You have to know. You know I love the Fox. You love the Fox. We all love the Fox. And I love their food. They don't have like a full restaurant menu, but they have a killer charcuterie board. And they also have a vegan meat charcuterie board that's like really weird and good. And they have deviled eggs and they have like a few changing, like their snackies are always top notch. Similar with snackies, I went to Four Walls, which is the speakeasy inside the Joseph. And that is actually hard to find. You can get there. It's one of the floors in the Joseph. So you can go walk in the normal entrance and take the elevator. But we actually went in like a side door from the street that I didn't even know existed. I don't know how we found that. I never would have seen that door. And Four Walls is really great. And they have like really interesting snacky stuff. I had this red spiced chicharron, which was vegan. And I don't eat meat, so I never get to eat like crispy pork ears. That would make me ill. But they have a vegan version that was like super crispy with this house blackening spice. And it was really good. We went to Four Walls when they had a partnership recently with a bar in London. So they had all these sort of British themed cocktails. That was really cool.
Wow.
And then food wise, get this. This is the sleeper hit. This is going to be so many people's takeaway from listening to this episode. Food and just general existence. Buddy's Back Room. Have you heard of this?
Buddies?
Have
No.
you heard of it? Marie, I'm about to blow your mind. This is the secret speakeasy inside Jelly Roll's Goodnight Nashville.
What?
Which you could not pay me to go to Jelly Roll's Goodnight Nashville. And the unfortunate part about the speakeasy is that to get there, you have to walk through Jelly Roll's Goodnight Nashville. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, I am not dressed appropriately. I am not the correct age. It's like so loud. My partner was wearing earplugs because he's a snobby musician. He's like, oh, I got to put on my earplugs to walk through Jelly Rolls. But get this, Buddies, which is like Jelly Roll's dad. It's a little speakeasy tribute bar, and it's up there. It's not on the roof, but it's one of the levels in Jelly Roll's Goodnight Nashville extravaganza building. And it is quiet. It is chill. It has windows, so you can look out on Broadway, but it is such a pleasant experience. And do you know what I ordered there? I got a beet salad and a blackened salmon, and I had this like whole nutritious, delicious dinner in the middle of Broadway. And I was like, where am I? Isn't that wild?
I wish the listeners could see my face because this is, I am shocked. This is not what you go downtown for. I mean, I've been wanting something like that.
I know.
This is groundbreaking.
And I had like a great margarita. Like the cocktails are great. The food was great. And I had such a great time. And I like couldn't believe it.
You're like doing some investigative reporting for Cast Nashville. So we thank you for that.
Anytime I get to go to Broadway and do none of the Broadway things, I'm happy to do that.
Well, I didn't even ask, like, what's your drink of choice when you do go to these speakeasies?
I have like moved beyond my whiskey phase, and I have become like a real tequila gal, which is not a traditional speakeasy beverage. Mm-hmm. But so I'll branch out and go back to whiskey. But I did get a margarita at Buddy's Back Room, and I got 2 different tequila cocktails at Red Phone Booth. One was with like blackberry, and then one was kind of a riff on a Paloma. So a lot of these are not, because like a traditional, I think Attaboy has no vodka, right?
That's correct.
Attaboy tries to stick with like the 1920s spirit. So it's like a lot of whiskey and gin, but a lot of them are just like, order what you want. What do you get? What's your cocktail?
I will drink everything. But I really do love a dirty martini. I'm a gin girl. I love dirty martini or Negronis.
I love a Negroni.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, so say if somebody's parents are visiting, what would be the best speakeasy to bring just, some older folks?
I like Four Walls because it is small. It's still that like dark speakeasy vibe, but it's like it is not going to get that chaotic in there. Whereas like there are some of these places, there's enough room for it to start to get crowded. I'm thinking about like the size of Red Phone Booth or Buddy's Back Room or Choral Club, which we've decided is not a real speakeasy. It really like takes a turn and starts to fill up with the youths around 9 p.m. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. But Four Walls, it's in the Joseph, which is like a very elegant hotel. So you can like go early. You can go for a like happy hour and have your little speakeasy moment, and then you can move on and like eat at their restaurant, or you can just go out for dinner somewhere else. And it's just very small and intimate and nice.
Where would be the best place for a first date?
888. I mean, 888, I feel like, is the best place for anything, but especially for a first date where it's like you want to impress, you want to be like, look at this place that I know about that you didn't know about. And it's incredible, like in terms of food, drinks, the music. And also it's nice to have that sort of listening lounge vinyl vibe in case the first date is a little bit of a dud and you don't have a ton of conversation. You can just chill out and eat your great food and then never have to see that person again.
Okay, which is the most affordable speakeasy out there?
None. 0 speakeasies in Nashville. I mean, they're all pretty expensive. You're definitely looking at like $15 to $20 plus per cocktail. But I noticed that the Hayden Bar at Noel has a special on Monday and Tuesday nights. Like I mentioned, they're doing this vampire-y theme called Oath and Fang. And they are offering $12 blood bags, which sounds disturbing.
I just threw up in my mouth a little, but yes.
Right? But it is vodka, blackberry, and lemon in a blood bag. But $12 is honestly like, that's the most affordable cocktail you're going to get at a speakeasy in Nashville. And other than that, like the Fox, which has just, you cannot go wrong with their cocktails. They have a couple options for $15, but that's really like the lowest end of all of them, which is a bummer. But
and then you want to tip well because they're mixologists and they're artists, truly.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, paying a lot for it. What's the most pretentious one that we've discussed today?
It's Red Phone Booth. So the most difficult to finagle your way into. But it's, the wall falls out of the phone booth. So you're kind of like, well, that's cool. I'm definitely glad I did it once, but I'm not really trying to like find that password again.
Best place to take out-of-town guests.
I mentioned it a lot and you made the face, but I would say Buddy's back room because you're really killing two birds with one stone. Like out-of-towners want to come and see Broadway and I do not. You do not. Do we want to take every out-of-towner to Broadway? So you can go and you can be like, here it is. Now let's go upstairs and sit in the quiet and have a really nice meal.
See, I think that'd be great to start the night there and then go to Robert's and then end at maybe Acme on the rooftop there.
Mm-hmm.
And well, then I like to end totally my nights downtown at the Rainbow Room.
Yeah, you could do a whole like speakeasy sandwich if we're counting the Rainbow Room as a speakeasy.
Yeah, I love it. And then we're so mad about these bars that are claiming to be speakeasies. Out of all the ones, which one makes you so pissed off that they claim to be a speakeasy, but they're clearly not?
Honestly, it's not them claiming. I feel like the Chopper Tiki folks are like, no, we're a tiki bar.
Right.
We're not a speakeasy. I find that ridiculous because everyone knows about it and you can see it from Gallatin and it's got a sign and it's got the big tiki face and like there's a food truck outside. It's like a part of the neighborhood. And I love Chopper Tiki. It is just needs to be removed from the Visit Music City's speakeasy page. Thank you.
Amelia, as always, this is so great. And whenever I talk to you, it just makes me fall in love with Nashville even more to know that these places exist.
Thanks so much for having me.
That's all for today here on Cast Nashville. I'll see y'all at a speakeasy. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a Cast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Toodles!